Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Today we are taking out the Tier 6 Japanese battleship, the Fuso. I absolutely adore this ship. This is probably the most dominant battleship for its tier anywhere in the game. I would even place it over the Yamato. This thing is a floating shotgun that can also somehow snipe. Um, it has, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets, each with 2 guns. That gives you 12 guns. It has a max range of somewhere in the ballpark of 20 kilometers, depending on your modules and captain perks. It actually has a respectable secondary array. Obviously you have to get fairly close range, but I have gotten a handful of close quarter expert medals with this ship. It also has, with the talents, specifically from your captain, has respectable AA. You're not as good as, say, a New Mexico or any of the U.S. battleships, but as far as the Japanese battleships go, which notoriously have very poor AA, this one does okay. It's enough to maybe drop one or two of the attacking planes before they actually get rid of their ordnance on you. And that can sometimes make all the difference in the world. Uh, Especially if you get one of those kind of things early on, it might make the enemy carrier think twice. So in this video, we're going to specifically look at angling your armor and when to fire at what broadside. So as soon as we start, I go about half speed. I'm looking to see what direction my team's going. I don't want to overextend myself. I don't want to be off on my own. There are 2 carriers on this map, so they could pick me off very easily if they catch me off on a wing where I'm over by myself and I don't have any cover and there's no fighters anywhere by. I could die very quickly. So instead, I just want to kind of stay with the pack and give them support. Now, I know for a fact that my range is better than any of my teammates right now, so I have no issue staying actually behind them on this. On my US battleships, they really need to be up close and personal and brawl. Now, while the Fuso is exceptional in the brawling role, it doesn't have to be right up point blank to do well. It can also do very well from extreme long range. I very much love, right at the beginning, looking for a nice broadsided target like this Furutaka, and unloading, and it has a very short reload, for a battleship at least. And with the accuracy module, the dispersion is actually incredible. You can see that. Nice 4,000 right off the bat. Did I citadel him? No. Do I? Every once in a while? Actually, more than every once in a while, yes, I do actually citadel a lot on those opening salvos. And it really can just change the dynamic of the entire battle as soon as you've citadeled a battleship or a cruiser right off the bat within the first 2 minutes of the game. So again, I'm taking these long shots at anything that I can see giving me a decent target that's going in a straight line. I'm just looking around for different targets of opportunity here. Didn't actually do any damage to that Wyoming, and that's fine. I didn't take any fire in return. I'm not going to sit in the back of the map and snipe the entire game, but it is going to take me a while to get up to the front lines. Thankfully, the ship has incredible range, and so I'm going to use that to my advantage. This Wyoming's getting the hurt put on it by our carriers, but it looks like he did a very good dodge on the incoming torpedoes. I was waiting for that Kirov over there to come around the corner, but he just got lit up pretty bad, and I'm just looking for any target that's an opportunity. The Furutaka is a good one, but there's a mountain in between us. I'm not sure if I can clear it, so we'll just take a shot at this New York. He's well outside of his firing range, so this is just free damage. There we go, a nice little 3,000. That's 3,000 damage less I have to do later. Now this Furutaka. He has come to a complete stop, and I'm already thinking, he's probably going to kick it in reverse. And yeah, you can see him just starting to drift backwards. This is an absolute perfect shot. He is full broadside, going very slow in reverse, very predictable, not going to turn, and he pays for it with the double citadel. He's going to tuck out behind that island. As much as I would love to finish him right now, I don't have a good shot on him. That island is going to block my shot, so let's see if I can hit this New York. And unfortunately the game glitched out and thought I was aiming at the island, even though I had the New York targeted. Oh well. That's where that nice quick reload on these guns come in handy. Alright, the Furataka, for whatever reason, is getting brave, or has been flushed out. He is giving me a full broadside at 10-kilometer range. I pretty much can't miss this. I will be happy to get credit for this kill. Alright. This is a good clean kill. I still have not taken a single point of damage. And I've laid out roughly maybe 30,000 damage. And that Congo was really not paying attention to where I was, so I slowed down to let him go in first. See, he's just driving however he feels like. I've got a nice broadside New York. I will thank him very much for giving me that wonderful target. Alright, another 5.5. He's down below 2/3 health now. Then we got the Wyoming there, and then there's a destroyer up in front, but I do have a cruiser in between us. So I'm not going to worry about the destroyer quite yet. Oh, this Wyoming is just begging for it. Like a shotgun. Boom. Target penetrated. 11,000. I'll let my team finish him off. Alright, let's get around this corner and take care of this New York. And possibly the Farragut. I haven't seen the Farragut's torpedoes go out in a little while, so I'm not sure if they're on cooldown. So coming around this corner, I know that I'm going to have to do a little bit of wiggling. First, let's see if I can pick him off before that even becomes a factor. Yes, I have AP loaded, but damage is damage. Ooh, that was close. Alright, well he has less than 3,000 hit points left, so I won't need to even worry about switching over to high explosive shells. He's disappeared. I'm not sure where those torpedoes... Oh, they're over there on... Well, New York is given a nice big broadside. You can't do that. Oh, goodness, teammate. Torpedoes. Well, bye-bye New York. Oh, cut that engine. Oh my goodness, that was close. Well, we avoided being team killed, and we annihilated that New York. Oh, and the Farragut was very nice enough to make himself visible again. That's very, very polite of him. I will send him a thank you card attached to one of these shells. I'm sure he appreciates it. That's 3 kills, and we're only 8 minutes into the match. So now what? We've wiped out everything on this entire corner of the map, so I need to turn around and start heading back into the fight. Now, they've got a couple that are in the far southwest corner, and then there's this Fuso going straight up the middle in B as well. And that's going to be problematic because if I go straight through, I am going to expose my broadside to one of them. However, there are a lot of islands in the way, so yeah, I don't want to go that way because I'm just going to be the only one out there. And you can see the carrier planes are hovering around. They're looking for an easy target. Here come their torpedo planes. Took 1 out, 2 out. I don't think he even dropped his torpedoes. Well, that's odd. Well, I'm not complaining. Oh, there's the torpedo. maybe. Actually, that might be the enemy destroyer. There is one left over. Okay, yeah, that's got to be the destroyer then. So I have a destroyer stalking me. Good to know. Alright, so I'm pointing my nose at the two in the back because they have a clear line of fire at me. This Fuso has stuck himself behind an island, so he does not have a clear line of fire at me. Using the spotting plane to try and get some chip damage. I don't have a clear shot at that Fuso either. And I'm kind of keeping an eye on where the carrier planes are. Oh, okay, so this Fuso is going to come around the island. He's going to present me a broadside, so I need to get ready for that. So you'll see me turning into him. I want to give him as sharp of an angle as possible when he comes around this corner. Because I'm going to assume, looking at the map, I'm the only one this far forward. He is going to shoot at me. I can see he's lost one of his guns. I go ahead and launch my volley, and I start turning into him very sharply. So I do 12,000 damage to him. He does 3,000. I will happily trade that damage any day of the week. So what's he doing? Well, he's still going full broadside at me. And in 6 seconds, I'm going to have another volley ready for him. However, I don't think he fired all of his guns, but looking at him, his turrets aren't pointed at me, so okay. I get free damage on him. There's another 7,000. He missed his shot, and another 2,000. No, 9,000 extra damage, completely unanswered. He did 0 damage to me that second volley. Alright, so he's gotten himself behind another island. So I'm going to turn my nose at these two up here now. And that other Fuso is giving me full broadside. See, he's just flat against me, not even paying attention. Get my guns off at him, and I'm going to turn back into him to avoid any incoming shells damage. Oh, and the Fuso's coming back around this corner as well. Shoot. Well, you know, on second thought, yeah, I'm going to turn out. Well, that could have gone better, but it could have gone worse as well. Let's punish that Fuso. And I got incoming torpedo planes, and oh, there's the destroyer that was stalking me. Alright, I am going to take one torpedo from this plane. One torpedo is not going to sink me, though. Got 10 seconds on my reload, and I changed direction, so there's the destroyer torpedoes going by me harmlessly. He's on cooldown, at least for now. He's very close, and I've got a shotgun. Don't even need HE. Alright, don't have to worry about the destroyer anymore. The Fuso's back out. I have the other Fuso on my complete opposite side. I'm in a bad situation. I'm going to give my broadside to somebody. I look at this Fuso, I realize his guns aren't really pointed at me. In fact, he's firing behind me. So I'm going to turn and point my nose at the other Fuso. Go and get some damage off onto him. See, that's what angling does. Only 1,000 damage that time. Now I've got my nose pointed at the other Fuso, and then this one of my target here isn't paying attention to me anymore, but he's got his nose pointed at me. Whereas this guy has a full broadside. So I'm going to start, without pointing my nose away from him and giving a broadside. See, I'm still pointing straight at him, only 1,000 damage. Now that he's fired, I can turn my guns out and get him right dead center mass. Right, I'm hoping to hit him right underneath the smokestack. Bam, perfect. 25,000 damage because he doesn't know how to angle his armor. And now he's going to get that island in between us, so I don't actually have to worry about him for a little bit. Let's turn around and worry about this other Fuso again. And with that, I just got Confederate and high caliber. I only need one more kill to get my Kraken. Oh, what are you doing, Fuso? What are you doing? Oh, you can't do that. No, no, no. I've already got my guns on you. Okay, if you insist. Another 9,000. Now I'm going to take a big shot here. Yep, 15,000. But I have been ringing on him for the last 5 minutes. I have the hit point pools to absorb that. He doesn't. And all we're doing is getting closer. The other Fuso wasn't paying attention. He's still got the island in between us, so there's nothing he can really do. And another nice shot, and he is dead. I don't know what killed him. Somehow I didn't get credit for that. And here comes Mr. Fuso, who doesn't know how to angle his armor. Now, the other one that we just killed, he kind of knew what he was doing. But he put himself in a very bad position where there wasn't anything else he could do. See, this guy, he's new. I think he's firing HE at me now because he doesn't understand that I've just been angling my armor. With any luck, he'll watch this video and kind of understand what he was doing wrong. But you saw what a sharp angle I had versus him. He couldn't scratch me. So I hope you guys saw how angling just drastically changes how much damage you can take and give. If you fire at especially broadside battleships, you will actually puncture their armor. But if you just keep shooting at their angle, you're talking anywhere from a 45 to maybe a 60-degree angle, your shells are just going to bounce off, and you're really going to be ineffective. So that being said, this was a good example of how to work angling to your advantage. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun game. I think I ended up doing about 170,000 damage on 109 hits, and then I do manage to pick off this carrier. So, till next time, folks. Hope you have a good one.